Okay, I think you all can see my slides. Okay, so today topic is about CAMS exam preparation. So first, let me introduce myself. So I did CAMS back in 2018, and currently I am doing CAMS audit, which is advanced version of CAMS. My background is I'm a chartered accountant, certified chartered accountant. I've also done master in economics, and I have different professional certification in different risk management area and cyber security area. Now, talking about my job experience, I'm currently heading AML safety department in Kumari Bank Limited, one of the commercial bank of Nepal. All my experience is in a banking industry. So I have worked altogether in 4 commercial banks of Nepal. So I like to start this session with one simple question. Okay, I know most of you are either preparing or thinking about taking this exam. So I want to ask you this question. Have you ever thought what is the objective of this CAMS certification? I know you are clear about your own objectives. It may be like improve your career prospects or to gain knowledge in AML safety area. But what I am asking is, do you know what is the purpose of CAMS certification and why this certification exists in the first place? Because if you know the purpose of the certification, it will be very easy for you to pass this certification or matter of fact any certification. Let me give you this example from my personal experience. Maybe you may have heard about this certification called CISSP. It is one of the toughest certification in cybersecurity area. And while preparing for this certification, I talked with a lot of person, and they all agreed on one fact, that this is one of the toughest, meanest exam they had ever attempted in their life. And most of them tried for maybe 3 or 4 times before passing this exam. And I'm not an IT guy, or I don't have an IT background, but I was able to pass this exam in a first attempt. Okay, and another interesting fact is that this exam usually lasts for 3 hours, and I was able to complete this exam in 90 minutes. So what was the thing that I did different? One thing that I always do before attempting any certification exam is I understand what is the purpose of that certification. Okay, what that certification is expecting out of me. And once I understood that, it was really easy for me to prepare for that certification. It really helped me to minimize my time and effort while preparing for that certification. So this is my question, and I will answer this question at the end of the session. Now I can summarize whole CAMS certification in this figure. Let's say this is a bank. Okay, so the first customer comes to this bank, okay, right here. Then he inquires about different product and services offered by that bank. Then he goes to customer relationship officer, right? And he says that he wants to establish relationship with them by opening an account. So he or she provides that representative with necessary documents and opens a account in that organization. And after opening account, he is free to perform any kind of transaction that he chooses. Okay, he can deposit and withdraw cash. He can also do the transaction through ATM, right? He can also perform some remittance transaction. So the ML CFT scope is limited. Okay, it starts with customer onboarding. Okay, right, and ends with monitoring customer transaction, different types of transaction. But there are a lot of things that you need to consider here. Okay, so the first thing is, what type of customer will you accept? Okay, what type of KYC information, okay, identification document will you collect from that customer? What type of transaction monitoring scenarios will you develop? And what other control measures will you establish in your organization to mitigate AML safety risk? And all these things should be incorporated in your policies and manual. And while developing policies and manual, you need to refer to your regulatory framework, rules and regulation, and also international guidelines provided by FATF Wolfsburg, right? So the CAMS study guide will provide you knowledge of these concepts, but you need to keep in mind that CAMS study guide is only 250 pages long. Okay, so it is very concise, and you need to refer a lot of reference material. But so you don't have to worry, since you are taking this virtual class or live classes with me. I will help you understand what are these concepts very clearly, and also I will guide you that the exact reference material that you need to refer for this exam, so that you will save your time and effort. Let's face the facts. Okay, CAMS certification alone will not make you an expert AML safety professional. You will learn the concepts, and that will be enough for you to pass this exam. In order to become a good AML safety expert, you need to apply these concepts in real life. And this is where I come. Okay, I will share you with my my experience from real life. Okay, so that you know how to apply this knowledge in your day-to-day job. Just to test your understanding, I have this question. Okay, so what two pieces of information are you really looking for while doing enhanced customer due diligence of high-risk customer? Okay, just go through this question and try to guess the answer, and I will explain this question at the end of this session. So CAMS is tough. Okay, it's a difficult exam, one of the difficult certification to crack, and without proper preparation and just based on your experience only, it is very difficult to pass this exam. Okay, as I said earlier, you need to refer different types of supporting materials like FATF guidelines, Wolfsburg principles, Egmont FIU cases. And another problem with CAMS study guide is that it is not properly organized. Okay, it is just like watching Christopher Nolan movie Memento. Okay, many ideas are spread at different places. So you need to go through the study guide twice or thrice to understand clearly. But don't worry, in this course, I will help you to understand these concepts, like how these concepts are interrelated with each other. So you will have no confusion. Okay, now question time. The question is, what activity will you perform first from the following while establishing an effective AML safety program in your organization? Arrange them in an order. So, what activity will you perform first while establishing effective AML system in your organization? Is it creating policies and procedure, then developing risk assessment, then monitoring, and lastly establishing internal controls? And you need to arrange them in a sequential order. So I get asked this question a lot. So is CAMS dumb question provided by various sites is enough for me to pass the exams? Truth be told, I don't know how to answer this question. It may be yes or no. Okay, there is a 50-50 chance. But I know for the fact that this is a very bad way to pass CAMS exam. It's like cheating yourself. You wouldn't have a real knowledge about AML safety, but you will have a certificate. And the main objective of any exam is to test your understanding. If you know the content well, you don't have to fear the exam itself. Having said that, you need to at least try mock test so that you know the exam pattern and you can also test your knowledge. You can find the mock test at the end of your study guide. So my advice is attempt mock test before studying study guide and after you have gone through that study guide 2 or 3 times. Okay, it will help you to compare your level of understanding. Now this brings to our question that I asked you earlier. Okay, so what is the objective of CAMS certification? The objective of this certification is to make you a competent AML safety manager or AML safety consultant or a expert money laundering reporting official. Okay, and also it helps to develop helps you to develop a right mindset. Okay, so as a manager or a consultant, you are a decision maker. Okay, whose objective is to perform AML safety risk assessment, develop policies and procedure for your organization, establishing different internal controls to mitigate AML safety risk in your organization, and making sure that these controls are running efficiently and effectively. So you are a manager or leader who is handling AML safety function of your organization, and you are guiding your organization activities by mitigating AML safety risk so that that organization achieve its business objectives. I will help you to develop the right mindset throughout this course so that you will not only pass the exams without difficulty, but also have a feeling that you have become more competent AML safety manager or professional. Okay, I have put this slide just to remind me that Sunena will now guide you through the process of booking live classes for CAMS exam preparation. Sunena, you can take over.
Let me first share my screen for the details. Regarding the tutoring sessions, we have three sessions which you can refer to, which you can see in the homepage of our link. Here we have one-to-one online tutoring session. Other is group online tutoring session. Similarly, other is the group online tutoring session on weekend basis. This is the session for those who are really busy in the working days. Regarding the prices, the one-to-one online tutoring session, we have $300 per month per person. Similarly, for group online tutoring session, the price is $100 per person. And for the weekend online group tutoring, it is $150 per person. Similarly, we have discount offer in both the group online tutoring session, which is 20% discount for a group of 6 students. For joining the 6-person group, we have made the registration process more easier. You just have to go to the Make Inquiry button. Just click in Make Inquiry option, and you have to choose the required class, just like I am going to join one-to-one session. Clicking on one-to-one session, filling up the forms XYZ and phone number, email address. The email address should be correct. Reference if any, and write the message joining one-to-one. And just click the submit button. Further regarding this, we will initiate the registration process. Now from here, I would like to hand over to Mr. Kiran Kumar Saha.
Okay, now this is our question answer time. So the first question was, what two pieces of information are you really looking for while doing enhanced customer due diligence of high-risk customer? So the two information that you really are looking for, or that you really want from or while performing enhanced customer due diligence, is your source of income and beneficial information. So you need to obtain source of income. You need to identify the source of income of that customer, and you need to collect all the supporting documents for that source of income. If you are absolutely sure about the source of income of that customer, then money laundering risk of that customer or terrorism financing risk for that customer will decrease. Okay, there should be no dubious source of income. And another piece of information that you want to obtain from high-risk customer is beneficial information, okay, or beneficial owner information. So you need to know, okay, who actually benefits from that account. Is there any third person who is running the show? And for corporate entity, you need to identify all the natural person who either owns that entity or manages that entity. Now the second, and for the second question, so what activity will you perform first from the following while establishing an effective AML safety program in your organization? Arrange them in order. So if you have listened carefully before this, I have already explained the answer for this question. So you need to perform, you need to first develop risk assessment, then you need to create policies and procedure, then you need to establish internal controls and monitor those internal controls so that they are running efficiently and effectively. And I also like to add here that many of these notions like risk assessment are not fully explained in camps, which is very sad because risk assessment is backbone of AML safety system in any organization. And for that matter, it is absolutely necessary to develop any kind of risk management plan. Okay, so in conclusion, my opinion is that passing CAMS exams should be your secondary goal. The primary goal should be your primary goal should be to be a best AML CFT expert. If you really keep this in mind, you will enjoy preparing for this exam, and you will also be able to apply its notion, apply those concepts mentioned in CAMS study guide in your day-to-day job environment. So I wish best of luck for all those who are preparing for this exam. And with that, I will open the floor for any questions.